Guys, today we are working on a UDR. This is actually one of the trucks I've kind of had just sitting in the background for a while, and it needs some love. Yeah, the radio it came with was junk. It had a bad ESC in it. We put a Spectrum radio in it, but I don't believe it's actually connected to my radio. So I'm gonna pull this off. So we did put a 215 receiver in already. So what I usually try to do, the way this receiver box goes on is it goes on, so this is over here. So what I try to do is take these receivers. It doesn't have no fucking tape on it. Fuck. I did not put this stuff together, guys. Someone else did this. So there was no tape in here, so I'm going to have to find my tape. And I guess that's why it doesn't have any on it, because they probably couldn't find the tape. Why is this doing... Oh, it does block off. Okay. So I'm going to unplug these. Gonna move these over to here. This is steering, channel 1. Channel 2. I gotta say, guys, these UDRs, they are not really the funnest to work on, which is a big reason of why you don't see me run them a lot. Because when they break, you gotta fucking fix them. And the UDR is one of those trucks that it's not too bad to work on, but if I'm being honest, I just would rather not. So I'm sure I have some tape around here somewhere, hiding on something. If I don't have any tape, then I need to order some because I use tape, two-sided tape a ton. But I do know have GoPro thing. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where did that GoPro thing go? Come on. That's great. Anyways, I have two-sided tape somewhere. I gotta grab the two-sided tape, find the two-sided tape, but first we can go ahead and bind this. So let's grab my radio. Go in, add new, create. So this will just be for a new mod. I'm not gonna add it to anything. Like, come under here. Put this son of a bitch in. And then just like anything else, you're going to press the power button and your bind button right here. Just holding on to it just in case it decides to try to take off or something. It's that lovely Traxxas servo in there. Looks pretty straight. go in to travel. There we go, now our travel's even. So I want to make sure our throttle's kind of working. So now I gotta grab two-sided tape. We'll get two-sided tape on that, and then we'll put that box back on. So I'm gonna turn this off, guys. I don't believe this one you can turn off by the ESC. Plug it. It's got the newer ESC in it. So this here is 3M tape. It's actually, this is just GoPro, but it's like 3M. It's really strong. GoPro gives you pretty strong stuff when you buy like their cameras and whatnot. So I'll stick this like a perfect size. Since I don't have so now if I take this down like that. Now the best part of this is that you gotta make sure your boxes are cleaned out, guys. I thought this one was already all cleaned out and everything, but it's just a little scrape there. Maybe this stuff isn't gonna work. It worked pretty good for me in the past. There we go. So now, like this stuff, you don't want to put it on the bind button because you don't want to accidentally be hitting your bind button when you're turning the model on. But now, I should be able to go ahead stick this back over, put that seal on there correctly. Seal up nice and tight. And now, if I didn't lose it, I should have the rubber piece here somewhere. And I may have lost it. Shit. May have knocked it off. Happens once in a while. Probably end up finding it. If I don't, I'll have to order one. Put it on eventually because you don't really want to go without that because you can end up getting the receiver wet. So I'll see if I can find it quick and then I'll be back. Alright, so I got other Traxxas vehicles here and they're a lot easier to get into than this one. So I found a plug that'll fit off of the sledge. Will fit. Should be pretty close to the same Now the only problem is though, sadly, I am not seeing the cover that goes over this. And that I won't have because it's not the same on the other RCs. Or on the other trucks. This exact one I'm just gonna move before I hurt myself. Here. Actually, just about everything else is here. So I don't know what happened to that either. I don't know why it's not in this bin. This is why I hate buying shit that's taken apart. You get half the parts with it. So I probably should have looked through all that first and then order what I needed, but I don't plan on running this in mud. I'm just going to leave that off, and we're going to hope it's okay. If we hit a little water or something, it probably won't shoot up in there, but if you're going to submerge it, I wouldn't suggest leaving that off, but if you're just going to hit a little bit of water here and there, you're probably not going to have a problem. But let's get the rest of this kind of together. Let's start doing that. So this bar is going to go here, but we could probably do that last. Yeah, let's do that last. And actually that's not even going to function anyways because I don't actually have the correct light controller for this. The light controller actually was bad too. We think that's what wrecked the ESC is the light controller shorted out from the guy that had it before. But there was a lot of stuff done to this besides that. Like the ESC, I do have this sway bar kit with it. But I think I'm just gonna not put this on. I think I'm gonna wait. And then decide in the future if I decide to put it on. But I probably won't, honestly. I don't think it really needs it right now, and I don't think I'm gonna drive it much. So, yeah. But it is nice. The sway bar kit, they actually do include a drill bit to drill out for your pipe that's gonna go through, which is very cool. It's nice to see. And this was pretty cheap. It was like $30, so, compared to others. So the next thing that needs to go in is going to be this body. And actually, before we do that, let's get some of these other screws in here. You can kind of tell if you eyeball things how long a screw's supposed to be. Come to this other side here. I'm just kind of putting the front of the frame on right now. That should be the same exact length as the other one. It's kind of funny because I haven't built many of these, but I know pretty much where all the screws go on them. Okay, so that one I had a little mishap here. Okay, so that one's in. Now back here, it's going to be kind of more so I'm going to guess one of these is for the rate bar. This one actually looks like it's supposed to mean up with that. Yeah, wow, this only has one screw hole in the back. That goes to that. Okay. Oh, okay, no. So that stuff does all mount right there, which is going to be super long screws. Let's try getting that together quick. See, they're just kind of a pain, guys. When you go to take them apart, you got to work on them. They're really just a pain, honestly. And they kind of suck, if I'm being honest. I don't really care for the UDR, and this is kind of one of the reasons. I know people are probably watching this that love the UDR and work on the UDR 24/7. And, oh, it's not that bad. Well, I can think of about 100 different things I'd rather work on than a UDR. This side, and that actually lines it up kind of nice. So now we'll try that, but I don't think that's right. So you see, it didn't really suck together. So that's not in there. See, that's kind of one of the things. You gotta. So now it should be lined in there. And you'll know it'll tighten up. Oh, what the frick? Oh, you know what? Screw wasn't long enough. Grab the wrong screw. It's a super, super long screw. So you can kind of see the truck coming together now. That size to go to the other side. Dropped and lost, so go like that. I should actually be using the Traxxas stand for this thing, and I could swirl it right around. But so now through here, there's a couple screws also. I'm gonna guess they're body washer style screws just to help hold that plastic. And some of these body, I mean, guys, this truck where it came from. Oh, look what I just found, the plug sitting right on my table. So I'll put that on the sledge then in a little bit. I'm gonna guess where this truck kind of came from. It wasn't cared for much. It wasn't taken care of. And these UDRs, they don't like that. They need to be taken care of. They're not total like complete basher. I mean, they're kind of a scale truck. That's more for scale driving. So when you start bashing on them really hard, they don't tend to really like it. And look at this tire. I mean, look how bad this tire is. Look how bald it is. We do have a tire to go on here, luckily, since it comes with spares. So yeah, and I'm trying to think what else I gotta do. So I gotta do the K of this piece. I don't remember, does this have... Yeah, it should have a top. So I'm going to have to find that in this. Go like that. These will be the shortest, probably your shortest screws you have. For up here. So that one. There's that one. So now what I'm going to do quickly is I'm just going to take kind of a wet wipe and kind of clean inside of the car. Just this kind of body piece. And sometimes these screws, you can even scrub the rust off them, which is kind of funny. And then if you look in here, you can tell there was a little fire because this actually got burned. I'll just kind of wash all this stuff off. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and we'll put it on this piece. Want to make sure we do it right. So yeah. So I guess it wouldn't really matter. Maybe actually it'd be better to put on this. Yeah, it probably would actually. That's good. And this is going to be the shorter screws again. Just going to need 4 real quick. Now we're doing this upper part here. Other side in. I'm just going to kind of look over and see if there's anything I kind of missed. God, he pulled a lot of screws out of this thing. This front here. There. And I guess he pulled one on this other side. Yep. Looks like you pulled the one out of this side in the front. Okay, so just see that? That screw was way too short. Pull that out. You can always make sure a screw size is right just by kind of putting it in. See, like that's perfect. That's how many threads it should be taking. Go nice and tight. So now this light. So I think it would actually be like, it's not really going to matter because the body's going to go over. Then this light don't work, but I'm putting it back on because it's going to add kind of like a rigidness to the thing, or to the chassis. So I don't want it to be missing. Also, someone may want to use it someday. Again. So now I'm just I'm looking around. I just want to make sure that if there's any screws I'm missing, I get them back in it, because let's see here. I think we're ready to put the body on. Now we're putting the body on, guys. These bodies suck too, because there's 100 fucking screws. But if you got power tools, it's not so bad. You know what would be cool is if Traxxas made a clipless body for this thing. Traxxas made a clipless body for this thing. A game changer. Everyone out there's probably like, he's whining. I need his whine. Yeah, I do. I'm going to be sitting here for a half hour putting the body in. That might be a little over-exaggeration, but... Some of these screws, I don't understand how people treat their RCs, that they get so, the screws get so rusty, it's ridiculous. One of the things, guys, that's why you don't see me drive a lot of stuff through water, is it's like one of my huge pet peeves is rusty screws. So like, usually on something like this I would replace all the screws, but I think I'm probably going to end up selling this. So I'll let the next guy do that if he chooses to, instead of me putting screws in it, because if I'm being completely honest with you, I'll probably get the same for this thing, whether it's got new screws or old screws. It really probably don't matter. These trucks are really expensive now. It's crazy. This truck's like $750, I think, for one of these now. So it's crazy. I know everyone thinks, oh, because it's Traxxas. Well, I mean, there's a lot that go into these SCT trucks like this, these scale trucks. So I get their asking point, but it still seems kind of high, you know. Oh. Alright, and then now finally we just got these two up here in the back. So guys, we're looking pretty good. It's got your usual uses. I do have the cover somewhere. I gotta go find it. But I mean, it's not in terrible shape, so it could use some love, definitely, but nothing too serious. So I think that's it for this file. But no, guys, what I usually kind of just do is I'll kind of just go over stuff. Usually, when this body was off, I would have kind of realized in my head before I started making this video how dirty it was. Probably would have just pulled it off, took it up, and actually washed it. But since I didn't, I'll just do a quick once over with like a These rags aren't very wet anymore. So. Alright guys, so I think that's probably it for this video. We do gotta clean this side quick. I'll do that off camera. You guys don't want to sit here and watch me clean stuff. And I'm gonna replace that tire. I'll do that off camera too. I actually have two really nice ones, but this one needs to be re-glued, so I'll probably re-glue this one. And then I have this one that is ready to go, so we'll throw this one on, and yeah, be done. So guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, drop a like and a subscribe. Thank you.